Well, hello and good day. A thought hit me earlier today. Do you walk by faith or by sight? As I pondered this as going through my day, I usually reflect on not what others are doing, but what am I personally doing myself? And sadly, too often I find out that in my own journey, that it's more of a sight walk than a faith walk. I make decisions sometimes based on not necessarily what I believe, but what I perceive to see. And perception is truly a deception that will pull and hinder you from getting to your future. Thoughts are just the thundering that in the brain asking you or requiring you to make a decision. That's why you may have heard it written, be anxious for nothing. But the thundering that goes through the mind actually causes anxieties because we're reacting most of the time to the thoughts that really don't matter. And I remember this during a time in my life when I was just miserable at a job. Have you been miserable in a situation, or a Jonah situation where it's a whale of an experience to the point that it has you wailing or complaining about stuff that really doesn't matter? Well, I remember hearing a voice and it says, "You always say," replaying my game film, that never have you seen the righteous forsaken nor a seed begging bread and blah, blah, blah. And if you're that miserable at a job, why don't you just leave if you believe that the universal ways of the universe will bring you the things that you really need in life or you desire? But I was taught that before you leave a job, you need to have something already in place. And the argument is that if you have something before you leave something, is that really faith? Or was it really you doing it your own way with using your own mindset? True faith would be to walk away knowing you have nothing and asking the universe to bring you in a universal way the dreams and the desires that you have. So I took that journey and I left a job with nothing, hoping to achieve something. And it was my mother who actually told me, and I left that job back in September, that you're not going to get a job until spring. Well, I looked at my mother and I said, the devil is a liar. Because I had never been without work in over 20-some years. I've always had a job. Well, long story short, my mother's words were true. And even when I looked at the anguish that I had lamenting over what I did not have, which was a job, I found the joy of life through other means. I bumped into a passion of building my own computers, building computers for other individuals, working on computers. Got an IT degree that I didn't have to pay for. Imagine that. So at the end of the conclusion of the matter is, when you go through your evaluation about your life, is it really you walking by faith, which is forsaking the anonymous information, which is a whole nother story? Because boy, did I get blasted by friends and family about the decisions I was making, on how crazy it is. But I've come to find out that if it ain't crazy, it ain't God. And if you look at what's going on in this craziness, You have to settle down in your heart and in your mind to find out that the decisions that you make may seem crazy even to you, but God operates in craziness. Just imagine telling a man to go bathe in the dirtiest river in the world and dip in 7 times to get cleansed of leprosy. Marching around a city 6 times silent. And on the seventh day, I want you to shout and the walls will come tumbling down. There's story after story after story of craziness. Whether it's Samson, David, and all the other stories of all the other patriots. Just imagine, would you eat food that was delivered to you by a raven if you were hungry? That's a thought from the checkup from the neck up. Anyway, I just wanted to give you what was really on my mind about how important it is to walk by faith, forsaking the anonymous information that comes from even your own mind and the minds and the concepts of others, or comparing yourself to someone else, or walking by sight. And I would challenge you that it's vital for you to walk by faith, because when you take the faith walk, wow, is all I can say. So until the next time, walk by faith. Peace. Talk to you soon.